is green, the sun is shining, and the stage is set for an athletic matchup that will surely go down in the history books. The field is being prepped, the players are arriving at the ball field, and we are ready to begin opening day for the Beaverton Aloha Little League 2021 season of Major League T-Ball. My name is Rusty Cleats, along with 7-time Major League T-Ball All-Star Skip Thompson for this epic event. Skip, do we have a game today?
That's right, Rusty. Today's game is pitting two titans of the T against each other as we kick off the season for Beaverton Aloha Little League. Today's game will see the Pikachu Transformers face off against the Red Blazers. The legendary Pikachu Transformers, no strangers to high-pressure situations, will have their work cut out for them against the new expansion team for 2021, the Red Blazers.
Plucky, determined, talented, all words you could use to describe these two teams, Skip. So what do you see as the key for the Pikachu Transformers to squeeze out a victory here today?
Just looking at these two teams during warm-ups today, it seems that the Pikachu Transformers are going to have to tap into that ferocity they've been known for in the past years. There are several high-profile athletes on that team, but today they're going to have to work as a team to prevail.
Baseball at this level simply cannot be an individual sport. Both these teams are going to have to come together just to survive. The Red Blazers are the underdogs here today, so Skip, what are they going to need to topple the Giants they're facing in this matchup?
Well, Rusty, the Red Blazers made some really smart pickups in the offseason this year, and for them, it's going to be about deploying those assets on the field. We'll be looking for big things from All-Stars Tegan Daniels, as well as Elijah Elliott in today's game.
Well, I don't think we'll be let down if we're looking for high-level performances from any of these players. We are very excited for today's game. And aside from the baseball, we've got a good broadcast planned for you today as well. As you can see, we have visiting dignitaries. There you see Barley from the Hillsboro Hops. He's scheduled to throw out the first pitch at today's game. And we have a very special musical guest to perform today's national anthem via satellite from his arena concert on the East Coast. It's sure to be memorable. But before we get started with today's festivities, we're going to go down to the press room where President Justin Keeland of Beaverton Aloha Little League is waiting to address the press regarding this year's season.
Good evening. It's always been a dream of mine to speak at a T-ball press conference, so thank you. With current regulations, we all can't be together on opening day, but we still want to celebrate opening day. It's probably been the longest rain delay we've ever experienced from the last time our kids played baseball. But it's a new season, and we're playing baseball. I want to thank our ball board of directors for their countless hours that they've put in to get us to this point. We've spent a lot of nights on Zooms preparing for this season. I want to thank the over 100 volunteers we have registered this year, from coaches, team parents, COVID monitors. You guys are going to help make this season happen. I want to thank our awesome sponsors and community partners. Some of you were sponsors last year when we had to cancel our season, and you're back. We got new sponsors this year. Everyone is excited for baseball. A number of our sponsors have great promotions for your families. We're going to send you all the information. I want to call out Dairy Queen on Farmington for their free mini blizzards for our players in uniform on game day. We'll send you details on that. But without these sponsors, your costs would skyrocket. So thank you to these great sponsors. Today we featured our T-ball teams, a couple of our T-ball teams. These are our future. But we have to celebrate all 200 some kids in our league, including our majors players. This group of 12-year-olds is in their final season of Little League baseball, and they're going to play under some strange circumstances. Thank you to those kids, those parents, for the years of dedication to baseball. I want to thank our parents for staying with us, your patience, your understanding of our COVID guidelines. These guidelines are given to us by THPRD, Beaverton Schools, the county, the state. So please help us understand these guidelines. Please support these guidelines. Spectators can now come in limited numbers, so please follow the guidelines when you are present. Please watch for future communications from the league, emails, newsletters, social media. We're going to try and put a lot of fun things in, even if it's socially distanced. Best of luck to all our players, all of our teams. Stay safe, wear your masks, let's play ball.
Wise and encouraging words from a great leader of this fine league and a fine start to today's event, Skip.
Justin touched on some fine points that we just can't say enough. The volunteers that put this league together and keep it running are heroes, and everything that we do today is in honor and in thanks to them, Rusty.
Amen, Skip. Amen. We are moments away from the first pitch, and you see the fine coaches of our two teams today getting their players lined up and ready to begin.
And already you can see that these players have baseball on the mind. There's a restless energy in their faces as they are obviously ready to begin this season.
It surely spells a great spectacle to enjoy today as we see Barley of the Hillsboro Hops preparing to throw out the first pitch for today's event. The first pitch is in, maybe a touch outside the strike zone, but hey, we're all coming off an entire year hiatus. There is no telling what's going to happen today.
Well, one thing we know we're going to see today is some epic T-ball action. These players are ready and raring to go.
Well, then we better get the show on the road. We go down now to field level for our special guest live via satellite from his sold-out arena show on the East Coast, Beaverton's own guitar legend, Asher Nitron Long. Big wave to the crowd and a big trademark Asher Nitron Long stage dive to end his performance. Long performs here on opening day for 2021 in the Beaverton Aloha Little League.
A perfect performance on a perfect afternoon as we get ready for a perfect matchup to set up the season.
And perfection is the goal, Skip. You are right. We are staring down the barrel of perfection today. Up next, the epic showdown between the Pikachu Transformers and the Red Blazers. But first, we have to pay tribute to a great organization, one that's been a longtime supporter of this league. Let's hear from them now.
Sunset Credit Union is a proud sponsor of Beaverton Aloha Little League and is excited to spread the word about the importance of money management. April is the National Credit Union Association's Youth Month, and to celebrate, all youth accounts opened in the month of April and May will be entered into a drawing to win one of these fabulous prizes. Any youth referring a youth to join will also be entered into the drawing. The more friends you refer, the more chances you have to win. Joining couldn't be easier. So find us online at sspfcu.com. That's sspfcu.com. Have a great season, Beaverton Aloha Little League, and play ball.
The Red Blazers take the field as we head into the top of the first inning in today's opening game.
And right off the bat, you can see the Red Blazers are lining up in classic semicircle formation. We talked earlier about how they need to deploy their assets in a smart way in order to be competitive. Well, this is what I meant by that. Set up your defense with your talent in the best way to help you win.
The Pikachu Transformers leading off today with number 2, John, the little rookie, Latempa.
We all got to see him play college t-ball last year at the University of Oregon, where he had a record-breaking year. 15 hits, no strikeouts, a record that is sure to stand for some time for the Ducks.
Of course, the Latempa name you might recognize is a dynasty for the University of Oregon. John's dad was a pitcher for the Ducks back in the day before he went on to play minor league ball for the Angels of Anaheim, and I'm quite sure he's proud to watch his little rookie step up to the plate. Latempa takes the first swing of the 2021 season, And it's an 0-1 count for the little rookie. Second swing, and it's a hit. Latempa down the first base line, and the throw is wild for a single to start off the day.
This is what T-ball is all about, taking advantage of the mistakes your opponents make so you can put runs on the scoreboard. The Pikachu Transformers off to a very early start in this battle.
Next up, we go to number 3, Addie, the Destroyer, Walter.
Walter is one of the premier talents of the Pikachu Transformers, and you often see it in her performance. Careful with her swings. There you see a half swing. She wasn't feeling it. And her second swing, a line drive into the infield, a couple steps and a quick pause, and then she's off. Look at that hustle.
The Destroyer has certainly made a name for herself in this league as a quiet talent. Very smart play, no mistakes. And look who is batting third for the Pikachu Transformers. The Flash himself. Number 1 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts, and number 1 on the umpire's watch list.
The Flash's hot temper is going to be on display here today, as well as his on-field antics. I spoke to him before the game, and he told me he's going to be utilizing every tactic in his playbook to get in the Red Blazers' heads.
And right off the jump, you can see it immediately charging the Red Blazers with his bat in hand. Exactly what you'd expect from this hot-tempered master of the mind game. Coach Van Valkenburg quick to defuse the situation and send his player in the right direction. And look at that, no respect. Doesn't even step on the base.
I don't care how composed the other team is. You get a big personality like Casey out there, and he's bound to rattle some confidence.
The Flash, no doubt getting some stern warnings from the first base coach about endangering his team with his theatrics, and no doubt those warnings going in one ear and right out the other.
And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. This is T-ball. It's not for amateurs.
Up next for the Pikachu Transformers, Big Reese Anderson, the T-Rex, batting 4th in the lineup today.
The Red Blazers in their ready positions. That's a swing and a miss. And look at how the Red Blazers make their approach, answering back with their own form of intimidation.
Reese's next swing is a good one, and he's off like a shot down the first base line. Van Valkenburg and Walter advance, Latempa will score, and we have runs on the scoreboard.
What the Red Blazers need to be careful of here, Rusty, is to not let the runs get to them. We've got a long one, maybe 2 innings of T-ball in front of us today, with plenty of time for them to answer back.
And speaking of that, look who's coming to the plate to answer back. Miss Bala Bala herself, the queen. Number 6, Charlotte Wills. The Red Blazers start their advance, and we have a classic T-ball dog pile on the pole.
The dog pile. It's a time-honored tradition in T-ball, and what it does is make sure somebody comes up with the ball. You never want to leave a ball uncovered in this league because the other team will take advantage.
The throw to first is made by Cannon Phelps, and a diving throw. Now, Skip, some might call that unnecessary.
Yes and no, Rusty. There's a time and a place for it, and I think Phelps made the right call here.
Now that brings to the plate another rising star in Major League T-ball, number 9, Adrian Speedo Bosco.
One of my favorite college players coming up from the Stud Muffin University, Bosco, is a supremely confident player and very capable base runner.
So capable, in fact, he manages to make it to first before Bala Bala Wills was even able to leave the base. But she leaves now and makes her trip down to second, pushing T-Rex to third and scoring Van Valkenburg. Bosco working out a base running strategy with his coach. Now, Skip, what do you think is going to be his move?
You never can tell in the minds of these athletes, but I'm betting second base is going to be his strategy. You see him pointing, but that may just be a head fake.
Well, Bosco may be headed all the way home because look who's on deck for the Pikachu Transformers. Easton Parker, number 7, the E-Man.
What we will no doubt see here is a display of a true predator on the ball field. No mercy, no thinking, just pure instinct.
These T-ball players today are often acting on pure instinct, and you can definitely see it in E-Man's hit. Watching the instant replay. The ball comes short off the tee, and Easton follows it with his eyes. Now, rather than making his run to first base, instinct kicks in. He sees the loose ball, and he is after it.
With a competitor like Easton Parker, the rules of the game no longer apply. It's just an athlete doing what athletes do. You see a ball, you get the ball, and sometimes it's just as simple as that.
Parker is safe at first, advancing the runners as we head to our next batter, and you can see Coach Van Valkenburg telling the other team that he expects a big hit. And you know it's going to happen because look who it is. Jax Randy, the Spider-Man.
This is just one of those players that you just miss watching in the offseason, Rusty. A big bat with a big personality and a big bag of tricks up his sleeve as he plays the game.
You're right about that, Skip. In fact, as Jax Randy steps up, we're unveiling a new technology courtesy of our friends over at Ace Hardware of Highland Hills. Live slow motion. We'll actually be able to slow down Jax's hit and watch his tactics in real time. There's the hit, and immediately Jax sizes up the defense and takes off running down the third base line.
Just a brilliant tactic, Rusty. The defense never sees that move coming.
Next, you see the Spider-Man employing his confidence-boosting skip-de-doo on the way to first, a simple way to show dominance over your opponent.
The skip-de-doo is actually something I started using after seeing him play college ball. We all learn from the best when we see it.
Jax Randy heading for second. Another skip. No, a double. No, a triple. A quadruple skip-de-doo on his way to second base. His confidence in his base running is just through the roof.
A deliberate stomp on second base, of course, absolutely owning this field.
The Red Blazers still struggling to make the play. Tegan Daniels with the ball, searching for the base runner, trying to make the out.
You see here, a classic misdirection from Jax Randy. Instead of going home, he heads straight into the dugout. Brilliant base running, just brilliant.
Daniels still with the ball, searching for a target. And there's Randy emerging to score his run. Of course, a short pause to pay homage to the plate. And there's the double foot stomp to hammer it home.
The Pikachu Transformers are truly living up to their reputation today. Just outstanding tactical base running, unmatched in modern T-ball.
There's no doubt in the crowd's mind that the Red Blazers have their work cut out for them today, which brings us to the changeover. As the Red Blazers adjourn to the dugout, we head into the bottom of the first. And what are your observations about the game so far today, Skip?
Rusty, the Pikachu Transformers clearly have all the momentum. But I wouldn't count the Red Blazers out just yet. Vegas odds makers have them as the underdogs here today. But as we talked about at the top of the broadcast, there are some very smart players on this team, and you can expect them to have their own tricks to deploy on the offense.
The Pikachu Transformers take the field, looking in control after a stellar performance at the plate in the top of the inning. But as you said, Skip, this is T-ball, and anything can happen. We go now to the plate to watch our leadoff hitter for the Red Blazers. That is Chance Roberts, one of the Roberts brothers on the team. And Roberts blasts it off the tee to the Pikachu Transformers pitcher, Reese Anderson, who bobbles it.
I suspect that even if the T-Rex had made a clean move on the ball there, he wouldn't have had the speed to catch Roberts at first. That kid has smoke and runs absolutely fearlessly, a trait he's going to need to score on these opponents.
Back to the plate to pick up the at-bat for this player, number 2, Cannon Bobannon Phelps, a former Oregon State Beaver.
I got the chance to speak with Cannon's parents over the weekend, and as I understand it, we have a well-rested Cannon Bobannon here today, and he's finally sleeping through the night.
Oh, finally. Well-rested players mean well-rested parents, which means, well, these kids get to go to Dairy Queen after the game. That's probably not a bad move on Phelps' part. The first swing from Cannon, and he clobbers the tee. Unusual for this triple threat.
Well, not really, Rusty, and here's why. My guess is that he has spotted his teammate down at first, having an equipment malfunction, and he's stalling for time. You can see it there. He's watching out for Chance Roberts' safety. It's a classy nod to a teammate. Watch. He'll do it again. There it is. This is what I mean, Rusty. Smart players watching out for each other.
One last stall, and he connects. He hustles down to first base. And like you said, from the looks of it, just in time as Chance Roberts gets himself situated and makes his run to second base.
This is why you never count out the Red Blazers. Heads up players playing heads up T-ball. It's refreshing to see, and it will win you some ball games.
Up next for the Red Blazers, one of the biggest offensive threats, Tegan Daniels, former star at Drama Queen University. You all remember her play there. What is it about Tegan that impresses you, Skip?
Well, it's her efficiency. She's one of the most efficient players you'll ever get to watch. No wasted movements, no wasted time. See right there. Let's watch that again. The bat comes through, hits the ball, swings around the back, and puts itself away in the dugout. That's impressive. Down the line, stops on the bag, and she's ready for the next play. She is looking forward to a long career in this sport.
And it looks like we have our first mid-game potty break. Always happens in the first inning, you just really never know where it's going to happen.
And if I may, Rusty, I'm not even sure it's a legit potty break. T-ball players are notoriously superstitious. It's just as likely this is something she did in the first inning of a game early in her career. She then had a good game, and now it's a ritual. Holding mom's hand, walking slow, this is probably all part of it.
What a wild game this is, Skip. The Pikachu Transformers will be short-handed on defense, which may be a problem as they face number 4, Braxton Tutti Frutti Pilling.
Tutti Frutti is such a fast player that you'll often see his coaches just trying to slow him down a little bit to maintain the pace of the game. You're seeing it here today.
There's the hit, and it's right into the hands of waiting Pikachu Transformers. Fielded cleanly, but a little confusion on where to go with it.
Pilling will always take advantage of that hesitation. Good base running brain there.
And that will score Chance Roberts, giving the Red Blazers their first run of the game. They are on the scoreboard. Casey Van Valkenburg picking flowers. And there's that temper again. He does not like the cameras when he is in the zone. Next up to the plate, this is brother Beckett, the Panther Roberts.
The Roberts brothers are developing a bit of a reputation in the league as not only a mental threat on the ball field, but a physical threat as well. We'll see if that comes out on this hit. Yep, there it was.
That hit will score a run and take the Panthers safely to first.
And you'll see it on the replay here. The ball takes a hop, another, and smacks Easton Parker straight in the face. Eesh. The Roberts brothers are going to take names for their whole careers.
And we see Van Valkenburg now having switched to right field apparently. Sees the camera, and there's a cup check. I believe that was a message to the cameraman.
We've seen the Flash lose his cool on a cameraman before. I certainly wouldn't mess with him.
It's just not a good idea, Skip. Batting next for the Red Blazers, number 6, Elijah the Wolf Elliott.
The Wolf is already planning for his life after T-ball. Reportedly says he wants to be a football star, a basketball star, and a police officer when he grows up.
Well, this league will be sad to lose him, but it sounds like a couple other leagues are going to be happy. And there we see Charlotte Balla Balla Wills back in the game after a trip to the THPRD Deluxe facilities. A good reminder to us that when spectating at the games, there's one porta potty for coaches and for players, and then one for spectators. That is the THPRD COVID precaution.
And how exactly does that help during this pandemic?
Well, Skip, there are questions that have good logical answers, and then there's questions like the one you just asked. So the answer is... But moving on, next at the plate, number 7, Dylan Tinkerbell Brownell, a former Quidditch star at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Which makes sense. What she's able to do with the bat in her hands is absolutely magic sometimes, Rusty.
The throw to first is wild, and Brownell will be safe and will advance the runners as well, scoring one more run. And there's Casey Van Valkenburg, once again looking disgruntled. And the Flash takes a swing at the cameraman, and the chase is on.
Boy, you hate to see a player with so much potential with anger management issues.
The cameraman running for his life, Van Valkenburg in a fiery rage. Cameraman jukes, Flash right on his tail. He bobs left, he bobs right. And the cameraman is down, and Van Valkenburg is all over him.
We definitely should not show this footage. This is disturbing.
I would say the cameraman deserves it, but nobody deserves this thrashing. Folks, we're just going to pretend like that never happened and hope they get that cleaned up soon.
Tough to watch, Rusty. Tough to watch.
Up next at the plate, one of the more dynamic players on the Red Blazers, McCoy Woods, known as Mickey to his teammates. The hit is good, and Mickey ain't moving.
This is classic McCoy Woods. He has it written into his contract that he will not touch a base except for home plate. There you go. Skips first base. He demands that much of himself. It's home run or nothing for McCoy Woods.
Skip, it's surprising that the league lets him get away with this.
Well, let's face it. He's a marquee player. He puts fans in the stands, Rusty.
You're too right, Skip. I am electrified just watching him. Not a base has been touched as Woods heads for home. And almost skips home as well.
A player capable of 3 RBIs every time as he steps up to the plate can afford not to score at the end of his trip around the base path. My hat's off to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our T-Ball broadcast here today. We have a special montage of some of our favorite T-Ball moments coming up right after a word from our sponsors.
Beaverton Aloha Little League is thankful for the support of its community partners and asks that you visit these businesses and thank them for their contributions. Sunset Science Park Federal Credit Union, the friendliest place in Washington County. The Hillsboro Hops Minor League Baseball Team. Amerio Design, Engineering, Surveying, and Design. Willamette HVAC Heating and Cooling Systems. Beaverton Toyota, one person, one price, experience clear. Land O'Frost, from our family to yours since 1958. Dairy Queen on Farmington, happy tastes good. Discover Chiropractic, focused on results. Columbia Bank, our people truly do make the difference. Del Planch Orthodontics, do good and smile. Ace Hardware, Highland Hills, the helpful place. Radioactive Entertainment, weddings, birthday, and corporate events. My T Print, your designs printed since 2005. Bat Zone, baseball and softball training facility. Smith Arnold, construction and design. Hoodies Collectibles, sports cards, memorabilia, consignment. Custom concrete construction, quick, efficient, quality. Hillsboro Modern Dentistry, keeping our patients healthy.
Today's matchup between the Pikachu Transformers and the Red Blazers, a true sports spectacle, ending in a high-scoring game for both teams. For Skip Thompson and myself, we leave you with a tribute to the greatest T-ball plays of all time, including such classics as the dog pile,
The clearly foul ball, but whatever, play it anyway.
the I don't want to get my bat dirty play,
The solid hit and straight back to the dugout play.
the base is lava, so be careful when you touch it play.
The game is still going on, but I got a little The game is still going on, but I got a little thirsty, and I'll be back when I get back play.
The my parents are gonna do the laundry no matter what play.
The run the ball most of the way to the base and then vastly overthrow it play.
Oh, a personal parental favorite, the oh no, what happened play.
The Casanova bouquet play.
Ah, classic for Van Valkenburg. The dugout monkeys play.
And the real reason we have T-ball coaches play.
As we close out our 2021 Beaverton Aloha Little League virtual opening day broadcast, we'd like to once again thank our sponsors for helping this year happen. We'd like to recognize the entire ball board for its countless volunteer hours organizing a season that like nobody has seen before. And most of all, we'd like to thank you, the parents, for giving up your weekends, giving up your evenings, and giving up most of your spring so that our kids can play a sport that we all love so much. We look forward to a good season, and we'll see you on the sidelines. Skip, any final words?
I say take care and play ball.